Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Aquarius season. It is the 19th of January, and you are here because you are watching the reading for the next 4 weeks. You're watching the reading for Aquarius season 2026. That's January 19th through February 18th. Okay, so we are coming out of Capricorn, builder, earth sign, systematized energy. We are going into our archetype for Aquarius season, which is the visionary. Okay. We have bonus archetypes of the humanitarian, the inventor, and the rebel. But the one that we're going to focus on over the period of Aquarius this month is the archetype of the visionary. Okay. These are the archetypes of each sign are assets, our character traits, our gifts for us that we can choose to lean into to make the most of the energy of whatever season that we are in. Okay, whatever zodiac season that we are in. So, with the visionary being our key archetype for Aquarius, we are looking at things like, remember that Aquarius is an air sign, right? A lot of people think it's a water sign because aqua. It's not, it's an air sign along with Gemini and Libra are two other air signs. And Aquarius, I have a son that's an Aquarius, I have a partner that's an Aquarius. Um, love Aquarian energy. It is quirky, it is weird, it is a whole entire vibe. It is usually Aquarians are focused on like societal improvement. They love conspiracy theories. They are very free thinking. They challenge authority. They have lots of freaking inspiration. Your guys' minds are like so quick. And I have a Libra moon. So like I have air signs in my big three in my makeup, right? But doing life alongside Aquarian people, specifically like Aquarian men, y'all are driven. Y'all want to do all the things. So let's ask Spirit what we have for Aquarius season. The deck that I'm using today is the Every Little Thing You Do is Magic Tarot by Callie Little and Moria Seal. This is not sponsored. I bought this deck with my own money years ago. I love it. I use it a lot for myself and for clients. One of the things that I love, if you are a guidebook person, no shame, no judgment. I usually don't read the guidebooks. When I teach how to read tarot, I teach not to use the guidebook. This specific deck, though, is very neat because in each of the placements, it gives you, let's see if this will focus. Will you focus? There you go. It gives you a crystal. It gives you will you focus? My goodness. It gives you a crystal. It gives you a scent for each of them. Let's see. There we go. So like it gives you mood music, a scent, a crystal, lots of cool things in addition to the card keynotes, if that's what you are looking for in the guidebook. If you have not done our tarot primer, we offer at Haven a free 5-day course that will teach you tarot via email. And it teaches you tarot in 5 days without any memorization. Okay. I teach you a signature way to read the cards, and you won't have to ever pick up another guidebook because the guidebook doesn't replace your intuition. Okay. Let's get these shuffled and then we will get to our reading. What I usually do for these, I release a monthly reading with each of the zodiac shifts, each of the sun sign shifts. So the sun this morning, or this evening, actually around 7:45 Central, the sun is going to move into Aquarius from Capricorn. So you're seeing this, if you're seeing this in the morning, right when I post it, this is the shift that's coming tonight through the better part of February, right? We don't move into Pisces until the 18th of February. So let's see what Spirit has for us, knowing that our archetype for the month, this season, Aquarius season, is the visionary. We're looking at things like innovation, things like progress, revolutionary ideas. This is applicable to you if you are not an Aquarius, right? I'm a Pisces sun, okay? I do not have Aquarius in my chart in my big three. Does not matter if you are a Pisces, if you are a Cancer, if you are a Leo, if you're a Sag, if you're a Taurus, it doesn't matter. What I want you to focus on is the fact that we are in, as a collective, we are in Aquarius season. So if you are an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising, this is going to hit home extra. But even if you're not an Aquarius in your sun, moon, rising, anything like that, this will still resonate because this is the energy that you are living in on the planet. The planet is in Aquarius energy. Okay. Spirit. Oh, and look, I got these cards all mixed up. Real life, you guys. Sometimes we get our decks mishandled. I think I shuffled one side the other way. All right. Here we go. Spirit, what do we need to know about Aquarius season? What do we need to know? I usually will do an overall card and then we'll break it down week by week. Let's see. All right. What do we need to know, Spirit, overall for Aquarius season? Eight of Cups reversed. Okay, so look at this card. I'll show it to you upright. Okay, but we pulled it reversed. Beautiful imagery on these cards. Eight of Cups reversed is about you moving on from a crisis. Okay, when we look at the visionary and we look at the visionary archetype and we look at the overall view of this month, really, right? These 4 weeks over Aquarius season, and looking at that through the lens of the visionary and through the lens of the Eight of Cups, you need to see your progress, my love. You need to see both how you have moved on from the crisis that ended in 2025, okay? The big thing that you ended, the hard thing that you ended last year. You need to see how the ending of that has affected you, and you need to see how it is still affecting you. Okay. When you look through visionary eyes, when you look forward this month, you are going to see the effects of whatever emotional crisis you ended in 2025, or maybe you ended it the beginning of January, you ended it over Capricorn season. There is a resistance really to putting that crisis to bed. And I want you to sit with visionary outlook, look forward. That doesn't mean you do. That doesn't mean that you move your feet. What it means is I want you to look with your perception. I want you to be mindful about how you let that crisis still play out in your life. You ended it, or it's ending, okay? And it's like you're not letting yourself move on. It's like you're not letting yourself move forward. There are still parts of you that are not able to relax, not able to emotionally be present. And granted, in an air sign season, in Aquarius season, especially, even more than Gemini or Libra, are two other air signs. In Aquarius season, emotions can be hard for Aquarian people. Emotions can be hard in Aquarius season, right? Because when we're in an air sign, we're very intellectual. Air is the sword suit in the tarot. It's very neck up, right? It's communication, it's intellect, it's the way that we channel spirit. It's the mindset patterns that we have. It's the mental capacity that we have. What I'm feeling here, it's interesting that we pulled a cups card, a water card. There are things that spirit ended for you or is trying to end for you. You need to see that through the lens of a visionary. What is the ending of this going to give you? When you allow that to end and you allow yourself to move on, what could that do for your mindset? What could that do for your thought process? What could that do for the amount of mental space that ending takes up? How often are you thinking about the crisis that you ended? Because I would bet, just intuitive nudge, that is showing up a shitload. And when we are going into into an air season, right, into Aquarius season, where thoughts are going to be on high octane, right? You're going to have that very real, very loud, very, very audible narrative. I want you to make sure that what you've resolved needs to be resolved. Okay. Spirit's making sure that you see the ways that you have let that crisis still linger in your head. And that might be hard. Okay. Might be really hard. What else do we have for Aquarius season, Spirit? Whoop. What is this one? 6 of Wands. Yeah. Okay. So it's time to recognize, right? It's time for some recognition. What can you do to literally, what can you do? What can you do to bring recognition this last part of January? What can you do to recognize? We've got in the end of January, I'm looking at the dates here. We've got right around this time, 23rd, we've got Mars entering Aquarius through the 2nd of March. The 26th of January, we've got Neptune entering Aries, which only happens once every 165 years. And then February 1st, which is also Imbolc, we've got a full moon in Leo. Okay, so we've got some serious cosmic energy, not to mention the other alignments that are happening in Aquarius season. You are being asked to, as the calendar month of January wraps up, between when you're seeing this now and the 31st of January, I want you to see how you can lean into being recognized. How can you recognize yourself? How can you recognize your growth? How can you recognize and be recognized? Allow yourself to receive the recognition of the things that you've done. There's some big kudos coming for you, I think. And it's when we look at Aquarius energy, I love y'all, and you're kind of flighty, right? You're unconventional. You have ingenuitive ideas. There's lots of discovery. There's lots of progress, but sometimes you can forget to pause. You can forget to look at what you have created, right? And we started with that energy, looking at what you've ended, looking at the ways that you've let linger what you ended. I want you to also give yourself recognition for that, right? You ended it. You're playing the long game. Let yourself be recognized, recognize yourself. And also, when someone compliments you, let it land. Okay. Actually internalize it. Actually, like, feel that and use your open mindedness, use your intellectualism, use that vibe of Aquarius season to lean into how good that recognition can feel. I would expect something like maybe there is a kudos at work. Maybe I don't know if it's a promotion. I really think it's like your team and the people around you esteeming you, giving you literal like feedback on how they see you. And it's positive, it's a good thing. If you are feeling called to step into leadership, this is a good omen for that. This is a good thumbs up from spirit around, like, you know, it's okay to be the leader. It's okay to be the one leading the charge. It's okay to be the visionary. It's okay to be the revolutionary. It's okay to have those ideas and be recognized for them, right? It's okay. When I'm writing this month's email that will come out tomorrow, I want you to, if you get Haven emails, I want you to read it, because what we're talking about is the difference between innovation and belonging. For a lot of Aquarian people, when I see them have that innovation moment, they oftentimes will second guess their weird ideas that are supposed to be weird. That's who you are. They will second guess their weird ideas because there is a fear that the innovation will prevent them from belonging. They're too weird for community, right? That's bullshit. That's not accurate. You don't need to silence your quirks this month. And if you're Aquarian, you don't need to silence your quirks, period. That is what makes you you. So let yourself be quirky. Let yourself be recognized for your ideas. Let yourself receive the recognition that spirit wants to give you at the end of January for the things that you're doing. Let yourself receive that. Sometimes being a thought leader means you get recognized for being a thought leader. Yeah, strength. You're playing the long game. So right around Imbolc, let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. Right around Imbolc, which is the 1st of February. That's also when we have the Leo full moon. This is a Leo card. Okay. So walking into that Leo full moon, you're being encouraged to play the long game. Strength is a card of endurance. Strength is a card that reminds you that we don't just get to do things and have them burn up, right? When you are an Aquarius, we're in Aquarius season, you are very, very, very ingenuitive. You are so inspired. My partner that is an Aquarius has ridiculous amounts of ideas, ridiculous ways to innovate. I thought I was a dreamer. I'm a Pisces, and I bring him ideas and he will not even 10x them, he will 20x them because he's an innovator. That's just who he is. That also can come at odds with endurance, with the long game, right? When we have air signs, air is the east element. It moves fast, it changes fast. And something that can be hard for air signs like Aquarius, times like this, is to play the long game. So I want to remind you, when we get into Imbolc, when we get into this Leo full moon, remember the long game. Remember where you're headed. Remember that visionary piece that we talked about, the ways that you are healing, that you are letting that crisis that you are maybe holding on to, you're letting that be eviscerated, be removed from your emotional balance. You're letting that go. You're able to then receive and have space for recognition of the new ideas that are coming through and who you are when you're innovating. Remember to play the long game. Okay. Just because this is a period of inspiration and you have so many ideas, that full moon is going to not only bring those ideas to a little bit more fruition, you need to be mindful that this is a long game. Okay. This is a game of endurance. This is not quick wins. This is you using your visionary prowess, your communication, your skills, your words, your channeling, your mindset, your thoughts, your neuroplasticity to be able to see far in the future, to be able to play the long game, to know that endurance is really something that you're being called to. Okay. Let's look at this after this first week of February. So the second week of February, third week of Aquarius season. What else do we need to know, Spirit? The Devil. Okay, so this is a card that scares a lot of people. Take a look at this. What the Devil is about. Do you see those scissors? The Devil is about the comfortable coping mechanisms that we keep close, that we know are not serving us, and we're choosing them anyway. Okay, so whatever thing you just thought of when I talked about that, maybe it's addiction, maybe it is a pattern of overwork, maybe it is a coping mechanism that looks like ghosting, maybe it is ignoring your text messages, maybe it is emotionally seeking comfort in food, right? No judgment for any of it. I've done all those things. The Devil card tells me that there are some choices being made right after this full moon that are keeping you in comfortable spaces, even though you know it's shackling your growth. And here's the thing about the Devil card. This is a moment when you will start to see the ways that you are keeping yourself shackled, the ways that you are keeping yourself in those patterns, the ways that the cage that you're in is comfortable and that you don't really like it and it's not really serving you. Maybe it was at one time, right? We all pick up coping mechanisms because we needed them. But eventually, the cost of that coping mechanism is bigger than you just looking and healing the pattern, right? The cost of your drinking is bigger than you looking at your trauma. The cost of you exercising and exercising and exercising is going to be bigger than you being able to sit and look at rest, right? So when we find ourselves in the Devil card, right? Not only is this a nod to Capricorn season, right? The things that we let go of in December and early January, this is a big, 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 big opportunity for you to consciously release those things. The card that comes after this in the tarot is the Tower. What I will tell you is if you do not choose to release the things that are keeping you stuck, if you do not choose to release the coping mechanisms that you know you no longer need, that you are choosing consciously, if you don't release those, they're gonna burn down come Pisces season. I guarantee you. So when I'm talking about specifically, to call you out even further, is this crisis that you're letting play out in your brain, you're letting play out in your emotions that you're still attached to, if you don't learn how to let that go, if you don't learn how to have space, how to say the hard thing, maybe it is how to communicate in a healthy way, how to end a partnership, how to seek recovery, how to start therapy, right? If you don't know how to let go of that crisis, if you don't know how to let go of the coping mechanisms that that crisis installed in you consciously, they're going to get taken from you and they're going to get burned down come the end of this month, come Pisces season. Okay. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. You can come back and replay this and we can both watch it on replay. Okay. So keep an eye out for the ways the I see it like you have like this awakening, you have this awareness all of a sudden that shows up where you're like, oh shit, I'm doing that. I don't need to do that anymore. You have that awareness. You still have to make the choice to not do those things. You still have to make the conscious effort to change the pattern, right? Because if you hold on to a relationship that you know is not good for you, it will get pulled away. If you hold on to a pattern that you know is not good for you, it will get pulled away. I don't want that for you because I'd rather you be able to consciously let go of it and give it back to the universe, transmute it from choice, than to be the child that the universe has to drag kicking and screaming while it burns your structures down so that you're forced to rebuild. Just leave. Just detach yourself from the comfortable cage that you keep yourself in and change your coping mechanisms. They're costing you more than looking at the pattern. Okay. What else do we need to know here, Spirit? This is a potent reading. What else do we need to know about Aquarius season? I'm getting messages here about crystals. I don't know why. And this is not a tarot message. This is like a just download. Some of y'all are going to be inspired to work more with the mineral kingdom. You're going to be inspired to work more with crystals. If you looked at our Q&A from the first week of, or the second week of January, I talked about citrine in our dream work video. You can go find that on our Q&A playlist. I have calcite on my desk. I've got a ton of quartz on my desk. I've got fluorite on my desk. Lots of crystals. I'm seeing crystal energy come up for a lot of people in January, in Aquarius season, January and February. If you're being called to work with the mineral kingdom, I want you to explore that. Just go do some research, go outside, get to know the minerals where you live, find out what is naturally occurring where you live, and be innovative with that. See how you can work with the resources that are in your backyard, literally in your space. See how you can do that. Just a little nod, a confirmation. If I don't know who that's for, but someone needed confirmation about working with minerals. That's a yes. That's a yes. All right. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Nine of Swords. Okay. So the end of Aquarius season, going into the beginning of Pisces season, is going to feel, honestly, it's going to feel a little bit like anxiety. Okay. It's probably as we get toward this solar eclipse, we have a solar eclipse on the 6th of February, and then we have the sun entering Pisces on the 18th of February. Looking at this Nine of Swords, yeah, this is going to feel like anxiety as we are finishing this transit. So toward the time when Valentine's Day is showing up, I would be not surprised if your mind is really loud. Okay. This is an action. This is a call to action from spirit around watching your thoughts. Okay. It's also a call to action about getting good sleep hygiene. The Nine of Swords is a nightmare card. Okay. That doesn't mean life's going to be a nightmare. Hear me. That does not mean life's going to be a nightmare, but it means you're probably going to have some up uptick in challenges around communication, uptick in challenges around your thoughts. You might find that, especially if you did not let go of the things that are keeping you stuck that you know about, okay, that you are going to ruminate. You are going to see all of the ways probably that that pattern has planted itself in your life, right? So let's say that you had a really bad breakup and you started drinking. I'm hypothesizing. You started drinking. You start to see the pattern of, oh shit, I'm drinking and covering up my emotions. That's my coping mechanism that I want to choose to let go of. So I'm going to see recovery. I'm going to not buy alcohol. I'm going to do whatever is supportive, right? That will honor your desire to change that relationship that you have with alcohol. You are going to see that tiger doesn't look happy. You are going to see all of the ways that the alcohol has showed up in your life. You're going to see all of the roles that has had its teeth in your journey since that breakup. Okay, so maybe it's not a breakup, whatever your emotional crisis was. Maybe you left a job, maybe you are refusing to leave a job, maybe you had a big parenting snafu in 2025, maybe you had a business failure, I don't know, right? But that whatever that crisis is, you're going to go through this path of Aquarius season where you recognize, you see things, you realize how long this pattern's been going on. You're playing the long game. You're able to see forward and backward in time. You're able to see the coping mechanisms that you're holding on to that aren't really that healthy that you know about, right? And you have to choose to let them go. Choosing to let those addictions go, those things go that you know aren't good for you. If you fight that, it's going to feel like anxiety. And that's because you in Aquarius season with the visionary as our archetype, you are going to notice, you're going to see clearly all of the ways that coping mechanism, that unhealthy pattern, that repeated choice to be safe and not to grow, you're going to see how much that has played out in your life. That is not a fun thing. Okay? It's not a fun thing because you're looking at the ways that you've maybe allowed yourself to play small. You're looking at the ways that you have allowed yourself to not grow. You'll probably see opportunities that you've cost yourself. You'll probably see relationships that didn't have to go the way that they went if you wouldn't have had the coping mechanisms that you had. Now, that doesn't mean that the past is wrong. What it means is you're looking backward with clarity, with new insight, with new clear headedness, so that when you look forward, visionary, you don't have to make those same choices, right? If you see it, you can stop it. If you notice the pattern, you are now conscious of it. That means you have choice. You can choose to change or not. What we don't change, we choose. Okay. Let's do a wrap up card for Aquarius season. Tie this together. Spirit, what do you want them to know? Ooh, Three of Cups. Okay, so this is upright. This is a time when you can lean into community. Aquarius are very, very community oriented people. We, again, our other archetypes, other than the visionary, we have the humanitarian as one of them. This is very compassionate, societal improvement energy, right? So when I see Three of Cups, this tells me that you probably need time in community, friend. Overall, in January, you need to be careful of who you are around. You need to be careful of like the plants that are around you, right? The people, the things that are growing around you. It is really hard to stop your coping mechanisms if you are around people that co-sign them. It's really hard if you're going to try to stop drinking and you go to see your friends every weekend and your friends only hang out at the bar. Okay. Your community, your connections, your close circle of people. We don't do life in a silo. Okay. Your close circle of people, those people need to help you live the life that you want to live. If you are finding yourself that you're around people that don't fit, or you're around people who are causing you to make decisions and choices that are not the choices that are supportive of you, they're co-signing your coping mechanisms, change your fucking network. Don't hang out with those people for a while. Let yourself build the new patterns and be supported with people who actually can hold space for you. Okay. This is a moment where you need to be able to help yourself be supported, especially emotionally, because the changes that you're making are fucking scary. Okay. You need people around that are going to help you nourish yourself. You need people around that are going to help you grow. You need people around you that are going to help you welcome those new emotions with those new patterns and be able to sit with them. They're not going to solve it. They're not going to be therapy, right? If you need to go to therapy, that's great. We love that. Therapy is cool. Shout out to Tiffany Rowe. This is her merch line. She's a therapist based out of Utah. Love her. If you need to go to therapy, use your support team, right? Use your support network. Go to your psych, go to your therapy team, go to counseling, talk to safe people that allow you to be able to break the patterns that you're breaking, and do it messy, right? Do it messy. You're going to need the support. Anything else, Spirit? I feel also like looking at this card, right? It's card 38, which resolves to a 10, which resolves to a 1, right? This is a number of new beginnings. I feel like this crisis that started, or maybe the crisis that ended last year, the one that's still lingering, maybe it ended in Capricorn season. This ability to lean on your circle as you're uprooting these coping mechanisms, this ability is healing. It's helping to heal that initial breakdown that you're kind of resistant to healing from. Whatever happened that was emotional that you didn't want to completely let go of, you didn't want to move away from, you're letting still linger. The ability that you have to lean into safe community is going to help eviscerate that crisis. Whatever those emotions were, if it's relational trauma, we have to heal and be in healing energy with other people to heal relational trauma. There is some relational bullshit that happens that we can only heal inside another relationship, right? You can't heal relationship things on your own. So I have a feeling that the company that you curate, the community that you're curating, the people that you are literally sitting around tables with, the people that are safe to hear your ideas, that don't take the wind out of your sails, they don't talk you down, they don't try to like make your ideas more conventional or less wacky or less weird. They love you for your quirks. They celebrate your quirks. They also see you. Hang on to those people. Those people are literally helping you to transmute whatever relational, emotional crisis showed up at the end of 2025. I would say like the second half of 2025, could be as late as Capricorn season, this last December and into the first part of January. Okay. Anything else? Spirit says there's one more. 33 minutes. Let's see. What's our last card for Aquarius season? This one. Okay. This is Elder of Wands or King of Wands in a traditional deck, and it's reversed. So what this tells me is this is this period of time, end of January to the middle-ish end of February. This is a period of time where if you don't listen to your inner authority, if you don't take the actions that are aligned with the vision that you have, you are going to set yourself up. Oh, I just got goosebumps. Ooh. You are going to set yourself up for the next 2 years to be a really fucking hard time. Okay. It's not because this is January. It's because of the cosmic shifts. It's because of the planetary alignment that goes on in Aquarius season. Specifically this year, we are going into 2026. We're looking at 2027, looking into 2028. Some of the transits that are at play right now are setting your energy up for the next 2 years. If you do not make the changes and you do not do the things differently, you will set yourself up for 2 years of learning, not 2 years of being in your autonomy, 2 years of making aligned decisions, 2 years of honoring the progress and growth. You can set yourself up for the next 2 years of vision, 2 years of moving in alignment, of doing the things that are solid and planned and aligned with you, and the kind of leadership where you feel like things are falling into place. You can have that be your next 2 years. It starts with this season. It starts with Aquarius season. If you do not look at your crisis that you're holding on to, if you do not let go of your coping mechanisms, like Spirit's like, are you kidding me? It's gonna feel like a nightmare, okay? And you are gonna have a real, this came out reversed, a real hard time maintaining your balance for the next 2 years with what is on your plate, with the things that you are responsible for. If you do not heal this, if you do not process the thing that you left, the thing that you are leaving, you are not going to set yourself up for the next 2 years to be as powerful, potent, positive, relaxed, aligned as they could be. Doesn't mean it will be bad, right? You're at choice here. No one's telling you what you have to do. You get to choose, but also like it's up to you. If you choose it, you get to own the win. You get to have that recognition. If you don't choose it, you also get recognition, but it's recognition of, fuck, I should have done that. Fuck, I should have made that choice. Fuck, why didn't I choose that? Right? We've all been there. We've all looked back at things. Man, I wish I would have changed it. What we don't change, we choose. So please hear me, hear Spirit, make use of this month. Make use of Aquarius season. See the things that you are holding on to that emotionally are ready to let go. Okay. Let the air sign change those. Let your vision show up. Let it show you the ways that that pattern has sunk itself into your world, and do the work to remove it so that for the next 2 fucking years, you can have the ability to live life as the leader of your life, not as somebody who is following healing steps because you chose not to do work when Spirit called you out for it. Okay. If you want a reading just for you on your Aquarius season, I offer 30 and 60-minute readings. A link to my calendar will be below. If you want to look at it, go look at this on YouTube. If you're looking at this in our free Facebook group, you can click through and see on YouTube and then click the link for the scheduling. If you want a custom reading, I have sessions available Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I usually book a few weeks out. So if you are curious about Aquarius season, make sure you check that out. Or if you want to plan a reading for Pisces season, you can get in now. That's a good idea. I am looking forward to seeing how these 4 weeks show up for us. I'm really looking forward to seeing the notes on the patterns that you're eviscerating, the notes on the coping mechanisms, the things that you notice that you're doing that keep you stuck. When you notice those and you're choosing full tilt, full volume to change those, to love yourself enough to look at the things that we're choosing out of safety and stability at the opposite end of growth, I can't wait to witness those with you. I can't wait to come back here, Pisces season, and hear spirit celebrate the fact that you chose to look at the hard things and change them. That is Aquarius season. That is the potent freaking astro that we have over the next 4 weeks. Okay. We've got tons of placements, tons of planets, lots of energy swirling. Take exquisite care of your basics, ground as you do this work, support yourself, lean into supportive community, lean onto therapeutic support if you need it. Okay. And enjoy the ride that is coming for Aquarius season. I'll see you guys either in a private reading or I'll see you for Pisces season.